What is going on, homies? People call me Johnny Gasm, and I am here today to talk about a conspiracy theory regarding Phineas and Ferb. In my most recent episode of TVT Rivia, I informed you guys that the father of Phineas and Candace has never been revealed on the Phineas and Ferb show. Well, as you probably guessed by the title, that is what the theory today is all about. I had you guys guess in the comment section of TVT who you thought Phineas and Candace's father was, and the majority of you got it right, at least in terms of what this theory would be about. According to this conspiracy theory, the father is Dr. Doofenshmirtz. What's that? You guys think that that's a crazy theory? Ho ho ho! Well, as it turns out, you guys are right. Now, I am not in the business of debunking conspiracy theories. That's just not my thing. The thing is, though, the Dr. Doofenshmirtz conspiracy theory got posted on Tumblr a while back, and since then, it got pretty popular, and it's almost thought of to be canon. Now, as I said in the Doctor Who episode of TVT, I absolutely hate Tumblr, but that is not why I'm debunking this conspiracy theory. I'm debunking it because not only is there almost no evidence behind it, there is a boatload of evidence against it. Now, before I go and tear this theory to shreds, I feel like I should probably explain the theory a little bit more and why anyone would ever believe it. You see, it's shown in an episode of Phineas and Ferb that Doofenshmirtz actually took Candace and Phineas's mother Linda out on a date once. Now, just like everything Doofenshmirtz does, the date didn't exactly go very well. He took Linda to a drive-in movie theater, he made her hide in the trunk so he didn't have to pay for her ticket, and then he insisted that she pay for half of his. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, the rest of the date didn't exactly go any better, so Linda had Doofy take her home early. Now, what I just shared with you guys is the entire date. That's all the audience knows about it. Now, there's some finer details like conversation that happened, like Linda telling Doofy that she wanted to be a pop star someday. And there's also a very specific reason that Linda had Doofy take her home early in addition to everything else, like he tried one of his inventions at the theater to make the movie experience more enjoyable and he ended up ruining it for them both. But that, you guys, is it. So people are just jumping to huge conclusions, and that's what my problem with this theory is. A lot of people at this point consider it to be a fact, and what I just shared with you guys is all we know about Doofenshmirtz's and Linda's relationship. Well, there's that, and then I also believe that Doofy has come out and said that he has never seen Linda since that date. Now, outside of the date, there is a little bit more evidence that I dug up, but it doesn't really contribute anything significant to the theory. There is, of course, the fact that both Phineas and Doofenshmirtz are wicked smart, and they're both amazing inventors. So there's a lot of people who suggest that Phineas's intelligence would be hereditary and it could come from his father. Another bit of evidence that people refer to is the fact that both characters have slightly similar head shapes. I personally don't find the head shapes to be very similar, but instead just both really goofy looking. And another point that I found interesting is the fact that Ferb is the one who has the crush on Doofenshmirtz's daughter, not Phineas. Yes, you could point out that Phineas is already interested in that one broad, but who's to say that some 12-year-old can't like more than one girl at once? So yeah, that's basically all the evidence we have for the theory, but now it's time for the evidence against it. Now, a lot of this evidence does refer to the timeline of Phineas and Ferb, so looking through the years, your brain might have to do some sort of math, but I swear I did most of it for you. Now, the show first aired in 2007, so we can assume that's probably when it takes place. You might also suggest 2008 because that's when the show officially premiered. Now, according to the official Wikipedia, Phineas is anywhere between the ages of 7 and 12, and he's definitely under the age of 15. Even if we're really reaching and saying that Phineas is 12 years old, that means at the earliest he was born in 1995. The date with Doofenshmirtz and Linda happened in 1982. Even if he managed to save himself on the ride home, get invited up for a cup of coffee, bang Linda, and not use protection, it still wouldn't make sense for Phineas to be his son or for Candace to be his daughter if we're looking at the timeline. That means Linda would have had to have been pregnant for a minimum of like 8 years. Off the top of my head, I don't know how old Candace is, but I know for a fact that she isn't 13 years older than Phineas. For Dr. Doofenshmirtz to be the father of Phineas, that means that him and Linda would have had to have hooked up in 1994 since Phineas was born in the summer of 1995. Or you could maybe argue that it wasn't just a hookup, that Doofy was the one who was married to Linda before she met Lawrence. I feel like we might have heard about that though before the series was over, especially because it concerns two major characters. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I'm right, because the writers have actually come out and said that Doofenshmirtz is not the father. And they actually came out and said while the series was still on the air that the father had never made an appearance on the show thus far and wouldn't for the rest of the series. Now you can believe whatever you want, but I personally am going to side with the writers. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you believe the theory? Do you not believe it? What shows do you want me to do conspiracy theories on? Hit that rate button with a big fat thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Hit that share button if you know anybody else who might enjoy it as well. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be notified anytime I upload another video. And also, you guys, I have a big announcement before you go. I have officially started my gaming channel. The first video ever, a video game conspiracy theory about Princess Peach, is going to be up on Tuesday of this week. So if you're watching this on the day this was uploaded, tomorrow. The official name of the channel is Gamergasm, and I hope you guys are excited to see gaming content over there. That's Let's Plays, video game conspiracy theories, video game trivia, all sorts of good stuff. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, blaze for life.